And out of 16 times, 4 times is unnecessarily passing what data? Same data 4 times. Is it not waste of time? How many times you would like to pass this data? 1 time. Why 1 time? Because all the people having what course? Same course. That means what did you understand? What did you understand? Pass the specific data every time. Pass the specific data every time. Don't pass the common data every time. Is it a common data or not? Don't pass the common data every time. Then is there any technique for us to pass the common data 1 time, to pass the specific data 1 time? Did you understand first of all my requirement? What is the requirement? Pass the specific data every time. Pass the common data how many times? 1 time. For that type of requirement, we are having the concept called default arguments mechanism. Don't confuse default mechanism, default arguments mechanism. Don't get confused. Default mechanism of passing the data is positional. Default arguments mechanism is used for specifying the common data once. This is called a positional arguments. You got an output, but you need to realize that same data passed how many times? 4 times. If I am having 100 students learning Python 100 times, why should I pass Python? Next 100 students learning Java. Why should I pass 100 times Java? So 100 times Python, how many times you will pass? 1 time. 100 times Java, how many times you will pass? 1 time. So Java 1 time, Python 1 time you pass it. That I will show you. That is called a default arguments mechanism. So I will take the same example, my dear students. Observe it. Now I am introducing default arguments mechanism. I am writing here. Don't pass Python every time. Now I am going to change. I am going to pass. If the value is common for many function calls of same, if the value is common for what? Same family of function. Family of similar function call. What is same? Python is same. That time I will go for what? This I am writing. Program for demonstrating what? Default arguments. You write CRS is equal to what? Python you write it. CRS is equal to Python you write it. Where I am writing? Where I am writing? Function heading. Function heading. What is the CRS is equal to? Python. Where I am writing? In the last part of it I am writing. Last edge I am writing. You cannot write in the beginning. You cannot write in the middle. You write in the last. Start the flow now. Start the flow. What is this data called? Passing which data? Which mechanism it is? Positional argument. By looking at the function call, you must tell what mechanism it is. Positional. 10 is going to number. Name is going to name. Marks is going to marks. And CRS, no value passing. What is the CRS value taken? Python. Now execute it. Last part only we need to use it, students. This mechanism is called which mechanism? And the first 3 is called which mechanism? Positional. Positional mechanism. I already told you positional arguments will be given first preference. What is the mechanism? First preference will be given for what? Positional. If I interchange the order, you will get error. I'll show you that. Let me go for default arguments example 1.py. There is no tension. First understand. Slowly you try to understand. Easy. Now you execute. See students. Py. You see. That is my previous example with the positional arguments. Now this is an example with the default arguments. See students. Is it the same output coming or not? By looking at it, same output is there. Same output we have, but which one is the best? Default arguments example 1 is the best. Are you going? Are you following me? Yes. Now you see. Coming to the point of it, simple student. You are a teacher. You are a teacher. This is your home, and this is your school. This is your school. So this teacher, there is one common between a home and school. Daily teacher will come. Daily carry what? Tiffin box will be carried. Tiffin box. That is called what? Argument. But the duster which is present in the school, will you carry daily between school and your home? No, duster is what argument? Default argument. Tiffin box is the same. Will you keep the same thing in this place? No, daily you will carry different things or not. That is called what? Positional argument. And duster which you are keeping in the school remains in the same place for all the teachers is called what? Default. And don't tell that example. You need to remember this. So go forward. CRS is equal to Python is called what argument? Default argument. And SNO, S name marks are called what? Positional argument. Which one I am using first term? You try to use this CRS is equal to Python in the beginning. You try to use this in the beginning. Once you see, this is a rule of that, my dear students. You use it in the beginning, my dear students, and see the error now. What is that error? Non-default argument follows default argument. Non-default arguments means positional arguments. You try to run it, see the error. Come on, read out now. So, comma I need to give there. So, I will give comma there. Now, see the error. Now, see the error. Come on, read out, ma. Non-default argument follows default argument. Non-default argument means what? Positional. What is that is called? Syntax error. So, I should not write this first. Here giving 3 cap symbols. Nothing but what? They are having error. We need to write where? First. Those things we need to write first. So, if at all we are having any formal or any positional arguments, you write them first. You write them first. At the end of it, you need to write what? At the end, you need to write what? Default arguments. Did you understand first? Now the doubt is, sir, once, okay, this is fine. There is one more student is there. There is one student is there who want to learn. This is called 50. Who want to learn Donald Trump. Donald Trump, you want to learn. Java, he want to learn. So Java, he want to learn it. Java, he want to learn it. You're writing like this, Java. What is happening, you see? What is happening, you see? Easy. This 50 passing to whom? SNO. This TT passing to this. Marks is going to this place. And Java is passing to CRS. No problem. That means for a specific function call is passing some specific data. That time for that function call, CRS earlier Python, it is replaced with what? Java. You try to execute students and see that Java printed or not. Now you may ask a question. One more person want to learn. One more person want to learn. One more kind of thing. Okay, this I will take it next month. This I will take it next. You understand this example once. Let us go to one more point of it. I am writing like this. You see, students, default arguments example 2. There is one more person is there. He also want to learn Java. That time I'll go for 60 here, 60 here, something like some ST. Some ST is 22 point something 16. And he also want to learn Java. And this person also want to learn Java. Some more person name I will write it. Here I will write it. 60, 70 I will write it. Something like UT. And I'll write it 22. Also writing Java. And some people learning Java, some people learning Python. See what is happening here. I'll separate it. I'll change my code. Watch it now. Listen carefully. Now you observe it. What is the program name? 2.py. Is it coming like this or not? Here also what is happening? Sometime here also some more heavy kind of data is transferring. Instead of that, what I am doing is, whoever is learning Python, you mention them as what? Student info 1, student info 2, one only, 1, student info 1, student info 1, student info 2, student info 2, student info 2. This is called student info and you write it here. I am writing now. Student info 2 you write it. Separate function you write it. That time I'll write what? That's all. You need to write wise kind of programming. I will write it the same thing. I'll write it the same thing here also. Here I am writing specific data, course I am writing. Remove the Java now. Am I saving my time of transferring duplicated data or not? Tell me now, what is this mechanism is called? Think about it seriously. Now I am writing. You take care about this now. Specific data. Now you try to run it. Now you try to run it. So here I am going to write it. You try to run it. What is happening? Java students, Python students, Python students. So because of this coding, what is happening? We are able to eliminate common data transferring all the times. And where I am using this? Where I am using it? Come on, as a last parameter. Assume that all of them are living in where? India only. For example, what is that all of them are living in India? India. I don't want to pass again and again. India is a common for all of them or not? What should I write it now? CNT is equal to what? India. Where I am writing that? Again in the last. That means last compartment is meant for what? Default arguments. And keyword arguments also having one rule. Variable length also having one rule. Keyword variable length also having one rule. And you may have a doubt, sir, two mechanisms are always want last. That time, what is your suggestion? We are going to give the final syntax of the function with all the rules and regulations. Okay, now one by one we'll discuss. CNT I am writing. CNT I am writing it. Here also I am writing here what you know. CNT is equal to what I am writing? India. Are you able to follow this? So I am going to write it. Here also I will write it. \T. I am writing like this. Here I am writing CNT. Here I am writing CNT. Here I am writing \T. I am writing here country. Here I am writing country. I will bring it here country. So observe it carefully. Here also CNT. Need to write what a CNT here. So take care about that. I need to write one more kind of thing. Are you following me? So try to. Line number? Okay. Yes. So I will write it here. So see that you try to run it here. Try to run it here. Getting something like this. And Donald Trump is the person you want to live, who is living in USA, for example. You pass it. It is going to be there for that person USA. Which is comes under what? Course. Not coming under where? How to pass it. How to pass it. You can just I give a small idea for you. What is this is going? 50 is going to where? 50 is going to this place. And S name is going to contain this. 11 point is going there. And is going to CRS in the order. It is not going to where? CNT. And it is so simple for a left hand left finger. I can write CNT is equal to. CNT is equal to. You run it, CNT, USA going. And no student knows about this technique. Only because when I introduce, then only will come to know. Otherwise, what you know about what is there in my mind. And you can't understand what is the deepness of the subject. Because when faculty is having good commitment, then only you come to know. Otherwise, functions yesterday only will be over. Correct or not? Yes. That's why you try to learn deep of the subject. And I hope you are following. CNT is equal to. At present, don't worry about that keyword arguments concept. Let it be. I will keep it as it is. First of all, are you understanding this? Tell me, when do you go for default argument, students? When there is a common value for multiple function calls of same family. Student info, 1. Same family, what is the same value? Python India. If I pass unnecessarily Python India many times, is it not waste of time? Here also Python India is a waste of time. That time what should I do? Whatever the common data is there, don't send again and again. You please keep them as what? Come on, default arguments once, so that they can be used for all the function calls only one time, so that you are reducing the transferring time of the data. Understand this point? Right. One small example, again, one more example I want to say. Look at students, I'll go for one more example. I want to calculate demonstrating default arguments. Example 2, DEF circle area. For example, circle area I am writing, students. What I am passing? Radius. Radius I am passing. I am just writing something like a column. One more I am writing here called what? Circle perimeter. I am writing circle perimeter. R I am passing. So circle perimeter different R I am passing, and area I am passing different R. Now I want to go for calculating one common value required for area of circle and area of perimeter of circle or not. What is that common value? Pi value is a common. What you will do? Will you pass again and again? No, I will take it as what? Comma. Pi is equal to what I will write? 3.14. What is the 3.14 is called? Common value for these two functions. So I am writing something like this. So there I will write my logic, students. What is this? Pi is equal to 3.14 is called? Okay, common value over what is that name? Default argument we can call. So AC is equal to what? Pi into R star star 2. Print of what? Area of circle. Area of circle is equal to dot format of what? AC I am writing. Similarly, I will go for what? Perimeter of circle is equal to what? 2 into Pi into R. 2 pi R. Print of what? Perimeter of what? Circle is equal to, I am writing dot format of what? BC I am writing. So what is the default value here? This one. R is not a fixed value, right or not? R differs from one point to another point. So I am going to write it. Main program I am writing. Directly I am writing. Come on, call the function name as what? Circle area. Directly I will call it. So since you understand already, float of, input of, enter radius for calculating area of circle. I am directly writing. Will you understand this? Fine. So understand this. Similarly, I'll write one more thing. I say enter radius. This is called what here, you know, students? Perimeter, students. Perimeter. I am writing enter radius for calculating perimeter of circle. Perimeter of circle. So perimeter of circle. So coming to the point of it, you save this code. Coming to the point back. Default arguments example 3.py. Go for it. Py, go to the place. Okay, 3.py. So enter the radius for calculating area of circle. Say 3 and area of circle is equal to 28.26. Enter the radius for what? Come on. Radius for perimeter 3.4. Right? Perimeter of circle 21.352. Are you able to follow? Innu Kumari, please come out of your English. Coding is important here. Radius, if you can take care. Spellings you can take care. Don't waste your time. You are just concentrating on English spellings. Come out of it. Even I can write radius. Something like this also I can write it. Even if I write blunder inside the double quotes, nothing will happen. Because you have to come out of the days. Please come out. Right. See that. Nothing will happen. See that. Nothing will happen. Come out. Programming is important. Spellings also important. And I never bother about the spellings at present because I'm typing and teaching. So take care about that. Don't feel because of my words. And take care about that. Right. So 3 and then 5.6. Answer is like that. Are you able to follow? Right. So this is called what argument here? Default arguments we can call. Did you understand? Fine. Next I want to introduce. What is this concept is called? Default argument. What is the rule of default arguments? Default arguments to be used always as a last parameter. You cannot use in the middle. You cannot use in the first step. Always to be used as last step. We cannot use it in the middle. Not used in the first step. Is it required to use only one default argument or any number? Any number of default arguments we can use it. See, I'm using 3. I'm using any number, but what their order ma? Last. And which one is the first to be written? Positionals. Last you need to write like this. Are you understanding why they are called first in order? Are you understanding common data, specific data now? Specific data to be passed through positional arguments. Common data to be specified through. That's all. Shall I move forward? Good. Now I will go to default arguments. I'll show you one small example. So whatever I explained, I'll show you the writing part. So again, writing is my time waste, na? Because you understand our notes still, understand it, because I can concentrate more on the coding level. Whatever the concept is there, whether 4 p.m. students or 2 p.m. students or whatever it is, concept is same. So I will go for what you know, students, default arguments concept, I will take it. So coming to the point back, now I will keep it, that function, I will utilize that small additional facility here. So I'll use it, and here I'm going to take up. And here I'm saying something like this. When there is a common value, default arguments I'm going for. When there is a common value for what? Family of similar function calls, then such a type of common values must be taken as default parameter with a common value, but not recommended to pass by using. What will happen if I pass by using positional arguments? I already shown you Python. Is PVM is carrying every time Python is unnecessarily or not? That's why I will go for which mechanism. Specify how many times. Keep the duster in the school only. Don't carry by keeping in the bag to and fro between your home and school. Don't carry daily. The heavy weight now. To keep the common value in where itself? School only. Here, I'm keeping my common value in the function heading only. I'm not carrying every time. Is it going to be one advantage or not? Suppose if I analyze my data, some students are Java, some students are Python. I'm writing a family of one function for what? Python. One more family I'm writing for what? Java. If I observe my data, incoming data by observing, I decided to take. So it is called wise programming, to decide when to write for family of Python students, family of Java students. All of them are living in where? India. So it is a value common for all the functions or not? Yes. So, are you following? Not following, only seeing on the screen, thinking somewhere. Correct? Correct? Following? Good, nice. So, coming to the point, because sometimes I'm seeing, thinking about outside. Something is there in your brain. Correct? Thinking outside. Correct? Yes, where? London? Huh? Ukraine? How to stop the war like that? Not like that now? Please concentrate. So, now I'm going to one more discussion now. Keyword arguments I want to introduce. Are you following me? When do you go for positional arguments? To pass the specific data from function call to function definition. When do you go for default arguments? When there is a common value for similar function calls, take the common value as a default argument in the function heading itself. So when to use what mechanisms are important? Okay. Students in the online, up to here are you okay, students? Up to here are you okay? If you confirm it, then my next technique I will introduce. Next technique I am going to introduce. See students, I am expecting my output like this, students. A value, B value, C value, D value like this. A value always supposed to take as what you know. A value supposed to take always what you know, 10. A value supposed to take always as what? 10. This is 10. This is called 20. B value always 20. C value is always 30. D value is always what? 40. Always 40. This is my standard. For displaying this data, what I am doing? Display values. What is the data I am passing? 10, 20, 30, 40. 10, 20, 30, 40. What will happen? 10 will go to A, 20 will go to B, 30 will go to where? C, and 40 will go to D. What is this mechanism? Positional arguments. Okay. But somebody is passing the data like this. What is that? Display values of 30, 10, 20, and next to 40. Or something like what 40. 40. Next is 10. Next is called what? 20. Where is that 30 going? A. Where is 40 going? Where is 10 going? 30 going to where? D. Is it my output is becoming different or not? This is going to become what? 30. This is going to become what? 40. It is becoming what? 10. It is becoming what? Is it not going to be different meaning or not? That means Java students are going to Python class, Python students are going to Java class. And Python students are going to Oracle class also. They are going in a different classrooms they are entering. So what is my concept here? Irrespective of the order you are passing, values must go in a proper order. Whether I will come from north side or east side or any side, I should go to my classroom perfectly. Are you following? So small example I will give you students, you try to follow. A small example I will try to give you, try to follow. Program for demonstrating what? Keyword arguments. Keyword arguments, most important technique. All techniques are important. DEF, display values. A comma, B comma, C comma, D. A comma, B comma, C comma, D. I am writing backslash T, backslash T, backslash T, and then backslash T. Dot format of what, guys? A comma, B comma, C comma, D. A comma, B comma, C comma, D. Tell me what is this ABCDR called actually? Come on. Okay, parameters over. One అయిపోయింది. Formal parameters also over. Today you need to tell positional. Try to increase in. Still LKG only you are in. What is ABCDR called? Nothing but what? Formal parameters. So day by day you increase your vocabulary, student. Come on to the main program. Main program you come. I am going to take main program, one small diagram I want to take. One small point I would like to take. What is I am taking now here like this. Come to this place. I am expecting. This is called A, my dear students, A. And this is called B. And this is called C, I am expecting. This is called D, I am expecting. Okay. What is the data I am passing? Display values of what? 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay. This is well and good. What is this mechanism? You need to tell positional arguments. Okay. Keep it. Keyword ARGS example1.py. Positional arguments. See, once you are listening the class, you must tell that what mechanism you are following. So there I will go for executing this. PY, positional argument, keyword arguments. So right now, okay. Understand? Fine. What I understand here, if I go to the NumPy, Pandas and etc. in further, I know this is the function you defined, correct? And you are the user of the same function. You defined by yourself. You are using by yourself. You only developed it. You only reuse it. That is okay. Positional arguments okay. But in further classes, I am developing. You are using. Where are you using? Not coming and using in my system. You are sitting in your system and you are passing the data to my function. Right or not? You are sitting in your system and you are passing the data to my function. You are reusing my function across the missions. That time, you know my function name. You know my parameter names. You don't know the order. You know my function name. You know the parameter names. You don't know the order. But I want to pass the data correctly. Did you understand the theme of it? You know function name. You know parameter names. But you don't know order. Sleeping. No, not you. No, don't sleep. Right. Come to the point back. So, I know the function name. I know the parameter names. But we don't know order. Order of the parameters don't know. So, if I pass it, display, what is this? Values of something like 40, something like 20, something like 10, something like 30 I am passing. See that? One of the programmer is thinking like that. He is passing the data. And what is happening? You are getting wrong in order. You are getting wrong in order. Is it wrong in order or not? All you people want to use my function. You know my function name. You know my parameter names. But you don't know. Is it taking ABCD na? ACBD na? DACB na? You don't know. 4 variables are there. How many combinations I can use it? Multiple combinations I can use it. Is it wrong data posting or not? So what is the theme now? I know the function name. I know the parameter names. I don't know the order of parameters. How to pass the data. Positional arguments not possible. Positional arguments gives wrong result or not. It is not possible to go for a default argument because default argument says common values. Right or not? So how do you do that? How do you do that? Go to my function and say, I know. I want to pass 40 to whom? D. I will write D is equal to. Where is the D? D is the formal parameter name which I am using in my function call. It is looking like a key as well as value. That's why they named it as what? Keyword argument, because I am using inside the function call. Comma. What is the next? B is equal to. Next what? A is equal to. C is equal to. Did you understand? See the data now. See the data. Is the data passing perfectly or not? Yes. What is this mechanism is? What the first one is called? Which arguments this is? Function call with what arguments? POS, okay. Function call with what next? Functional, with what arguments? Yes, keyword arguments. Next, come on, exercise. Display values. Tell me students, C is equal to 30, D is equal to 40, B is equal to what? 20, comma, A is equal to 10. What is this concept, ma? Function call with keyword arguments. You see students, perfect. Following? Okay. Next I'm writing. One more I am taking here like this. I'm writing B is equal to what? I remove this. Come on, B is equal to 20. D is equal to 40. A is equal to 10. C is equal to 30. Are you following this? Different order. Also posting same. How it is posting same once you can understand. D to this, and come on, B to B, and next is what? A to A, and next is what? C to C. Understand? Last and final here, B to B, BVM will carry like a D to D, and A to A, C to C. When postman is receiving the letters from different corners of the state, you will distribute the letters to in the same order. In any order it will come. In any order he will arrange by himself. When I am going to certain area, what are that areas? He is having idea about it. The letters are coming in any order. Those order elements I will be sending properly. It is nothing but which mechanism? Keyword arguments mechanism. Easy or difficult? Yes. What is the first line number 12? Which mechanism? Next 3 are called what? Okay. Take care. display values. See next mechanism. See that 10 comma 20. What is 10 comma 20? Positional arguments. Come on, fast. Tushara, come to ma. Listen the class. Don't excite. Don't excite. Okay? Don't excite. Listen my class. I am discussing that only. 10 comma 20. What is 10 comma 20? Because my teaching will give you a lot of new intelligence thoughts. If you listen continuously, you will get the points. 10 comma 20. What is 10 comma 20? Now, I will say next what? D is equal to 40. C is equal to 30. What is this? Function call with keyword arguments. Function call with positional arguments and what are the first two? What are the next two? How it works? Start. How it works? 10 will go to 10 and 20 are position because no keyword variable is equal to. 10 will go to where? A. 20 will go to where? D will go to D. C will come to C. Is it crossing or not? Other person knows. First two things I know AB. Next two dilemma is there. Either B, CD na, DC na is having a dilemma. That's why he is using. First two things I am confident. The next two things I am not confident. Let it be. I am thinking D value. Next I am thinking C value. Execute it, my dear students. And see this carefully. I am getting the correct answer or not? Yes. Suppose if I don't write this now. If I don't write this now, what is happening? It is missing. It is missing. It is missing the order. It is missing or not? That's why to avoid that problem of it, I must go for what? Something like, okay, I will write what here, students? D is equal to C is equal to. Will you understand? Next, last and final, I am saying display values 10 comma D is equal to 40, B is equal to 20, and C is equal to 30. What is this concept, ma? Come on. First one is called what? Next one is what? I know first one is A. Later I am having a dilemma. BCD na, DCB na, CBD na, and that's why dilemma. I will pass it data properly in that mechanism. Am I passing data correctly or not? Yes. Next I am going to introduce one more. You tell me display values saying here D is equal to 40, D is equal to 40, and the next what you know, C is equal to 30, comma 1020 I am entering. 1020 I am entering. Come on, what is this? Come on, start. D will go to where? D. And C will go to where? C. And the next 10 will go to where? A. And 20 will go to where? B. Are you thinking or you are saying sir will say like that? It is called a wrong answer. It is called a wrong answer. You are thinking like that. Your student will always think in something different. So, it is a wrong syntax. Wrong syntax that is. That means, first we need to pass always what? But here first I am passing what? Do you know how it is working? D will go to D. Okay. C will go to C. C will go to C. And this 10 is available as what? Third. Third means it will go to C only. It will go to C only. And D, 20 will go to D only. Already C and D got the values or not? Is one value can hold two values at a time? No, you will get error. See the error? See the error? This type of examples you need to get it, students. See that positional arguments follows. That means you are saying something keyword first and last is like this. It is called error or not? So first one you write always what? Later you will write. So it is called error or not? Yes, I will mention error. Error I will write it. So syntax error I will copy. This is the rule you have to remember. Are you okay, students? Yes. Now, This is comes under what mechanism? Keyword arguments mechanism. Shall I show you keyword arguments mechanism? Yes. Try to observe the keyword arguments mechanism. One small concept I will show you. So that concept I will show you, then I will move forward. Keyword arguments. Functions. Here I will say keyword parameters and arguments. I will keep it here and functions here and observe it. Under the notes, I'll pass it. Just observe it. What is the concept I said? Read out. Carefully read out. Come on. In some circumstances, we know the function name and formal parameter names, and we don't know order of the formal parameter names. And to pass the values or data accurately, we must use the concept of keyword parameters or arguments. The implementation of keyword parameters and arguments says that all the formal parameter names are used as arguments in the function, also as keys. Did you observe that? You see all the formal parameter names used as keys in where? Function calls. Are you understanding? If I use a different name now, if I use B1, if I use it, do you have B1 here to map it? No, you will get error. You will get error. You execute it and see the error. You got error. What is that error? Display values got unexpected keyword argument called what? B1. Do you have B1 there? No, error. So that's why every argument must contain what? Every argument name, keyword argument name must be the formal parameter. That is a point to be rememberable. What is the syntax? D, function name, param1, param2, param n, and we are writing this. And an important point, students, function name, param n is equal to value n, param1 is equal to value n, param n minus 1 is equal to value n minus 1. How they are going to move it? Param n and param 1, param n minus 1, etc. It is matching perfectly or not? Yes. Here param n and all those 6 are called keyword arguments. There is a rule. When we specify the keyword arguments before positional arguments in function calls, then we get a syntax error. Positional arguments follows what you have seen. Same thing is there in the documentation part. Now, so time is 8:45. I will, Tushara. Now is your doubt is clarified, ma? Tushara, is your doubt is clarified? Yes. If you listen carefully now, everything I will explain now. Don't worry about it. So, coming to the point back, now I am going to say this. Praveen Kumar, right. Thank you, my dear student. Whatever the deeper subject you teach, we can happily listen. Even you teach this course for 6 months also, we listen. Such an interesting way you are teaching. Praveen Kumar, thank you. But I don't teach 6 months. 6 months if I teach, what will happen? It will become, of course, you will listen. But I said 3 months. 3 months, 10 days extra I will take. See, I can teach Python for 3 years. Then 3 సంవత్సరాలు చెప్తా Python. I will teach Python for 3 years. Yes. Java I will teach for 5 years. Because I'm research and development I went to. Because 25 years I taught Java. 5 years I will explain Java. Only core Java, that too. Advanced Java I will explain 5 more years. So, yes, my dear student. Doubt is there? Yes, please. Positional argument and next class will come across. Next class, which I told you already. Next class, that is about to enter into that. I want to give you an example of what? Positional and keyword you have seen. What is the next one? Default also I will explain. No problem. If you want, now only I will go for it. Easy, student. It's a very good doubt. Definitely I will explain in my class. I will take it, comma. What I am saying? Something like sub is equal to sub. Sub is equal to what? Python. Sub is equal to Python. Where I am writing? Last. You say here, I am saying backslash t, sub I am writing. Sub I am writing. Here I will write it backslash t. What I am writing, ma'am? Sub I will write it. Definitely I will explain that. Need not to worry about it. Sub I will write it. And I did not pass sub at all. You execute it. You execute it. You see students. Done. You go for it. Next you go for it. What is that? Go to program. Go to program. I will write it. Tell me. Display values of sub is equal to Java. Sub is equal to Java. D is equal to 40. A is equal to 10 now. C is equal to 30. B is equal to 20. What is this? Function call with keyword arguments, default argument. Okay. You execute it. You see Java. Let me go to one more thing. Display values. I am writing 10. 10 comma. C is equal to 30. Sub is equal to R language, comma, D is equal to, what is that? 40. B is equal to 20. Okay, tell me now, what is this? First one, positional. Going to where? A. Next, C go to where? C. Next, sub go to where? Sub. D go to where? D. Next, B go to where? B. What is this is called? Functional argument with what? Positional arguments. Come on, ma. Positional arguments, keyword arguments, and what? Default arguments. Okay. No issue. Go to that R. Okay. If I completed yesterday only functions are over, what will happen? You will lose this subject. That's why you save your friends. Python is not that Python. Python is here. You learn it. Are you saying that? So, are you understanding, ma? In further also, many times you will come across this. Okay, understand? Right. So, this is the way you need to pass it. Like this, you need to pass it. Minnu Kumari. So, here I am saying what? Which arguments you are passing here? Function call with what? Positional arguments on and function call with positional is not there here. Only with default and keyword and default. I am passing everything. Default value I am passing plus keyword arguments I am passing. Are you following me? Yes. So what is the rule? Come on. A, B, C, D are called what? Positional. What is this is called? What is this? B is equal to D is equal to? What is this? Sub is equal to? D is equal to? A is equal to? Keyword, default. Here what is the 10? Positional. What is these things are called? What is this is called? Right. Everything mixing or not? Yes. So this is the subject of it. This is the subject of it. In further also you will come across. Why I teach this much of deep? Because further I am telling big topics. That's why I decided to teach in the everything so bigger. Right, students. So I'll stop the class. And next class, that is Monday class, when I come back, I'll talk about continuation of these things. And I will introduce next what? There I will use once again positional will come, default will come, keyword will come. In all the things I will mix it and I will tell you. Provided if you practice well now, you can do more and more good. Okay, students? Thank you, students. Don't miss Monday class. Important. Take care.